Hello, I'm Paolo, I'm the founder of Moneyply, and today I'd like to show you our latest creation called IMY. IMY is about strategy, startups, and asking why. So, why have we built it? In the 2 years since we started, there have been occasions when we spent either too long or not long enough on doing something before pivoting. On other occasions, the three of us were supposedly working on a common goal, only to discover later on that our interpretation of that goal was very different from each other's one. So we built IMY with the idea of reducing the risk that we will find ourselves in the same situation in the future. So let me show you how this tool works. We start by signing up and logging in using our Google account. The initial view shows you what is happening in your startup in the next 6 weeks. The purpose of this view is to remind you of what you are trying to achieve next. What is the big overarching goal you're trying to get to, so that then you can move to the next phase of the startup. In our case, we are validating that this product, IMY, is a solution to a real problem to fellow entrepreneurs, so that then we can afterwards move to find a product market fit for it. And in order to get to the validation, we broke down this into a number of activities that we are performing so that we can achieve that goal. So we're doing user testing, post-launch traction, and building a second iteration of the MVP. And once you have these activities, what we do is that every week we determine what the big priorities should be, so that these activities can move forward and that we can, in a timely fashion, try at least attempt to get to our high-level goal. Each bar also contains additional information, which you can reach by clicking on this triangle button. First of all, you can see the answer to the question, why is it important? And sometimes this can be quite obvious, but we have found out that stating the obvious is sometimes very useful to make certain that we all know what we are working on. And also it helps when a few weeks down the line you ask yourself, oh, why did I decide to follow this route rather than another one? And then you move down and you try to translate your abstract goal into actual objectives. What this success looks like. When is it going to be a great success? When is it going to be a partial success? And when is it going to be a failure? And putting these down helps you make much more concrete where you're trying to get to, and also suggest ways to get there. And the final section is all about milestones, about markers on the road that allow you to have an idea of how much progress you are making towards your end goal. If we focus on our activities, you can see that right now we are doing 3 things. And what is interesting to note is that each of these activities is linked to what we have done before. So for instance, the metrics that we have jotted down for the post-launch traction are a direct result, a consequence of what we were setting as goals into the high-level goal. Just as an example, this 2000 landings is very much linked to the 200 users that we have set as target in the high-level goal. And once you have a clearer view of what your overarching goal is, how you're planning to get there, when it comes to plan your current week, things become magically easy. So let's drill down a moment in what has happened this morning. It's a Monday when I'm recording. What we did, we opened last week and we opened up this week. Last week we saw that we had a few milestones we wanted to achieve, and some of them we did, some of them we didn't. And then based on the fact that we want to do user testing, post-launch traction and build MVP2, it was kind of semi-automatic what we really need to achieve by the end of this week for us to progress towards our goal. IMY is a place where we come back every week so that we can assess how far we have gone, how well things are going, and to make certain of 2 things. 1, is it time that we change tack? And 2, provided that's not the case, okay, let me make certain that what I'm focusing on this week is the most important thing I have to do.